Hello, welcome to my Share-a-thon talk on learning assistants, otherwise known as LAs, and NextGenPET. And I'm Ben Van Duzen at Chico State. So I want to tell you a little bit about two different models of instruction. First, the traditional model of instruction, where you have an instructor and you got a bunch of students, and the instructor is pushing knowledge out to the students, typically through a lecture. And this is, not at all what the NextGenPET curriculum looks like. And you have the LA model, which is more similar to what the NextGenPET model looks like. And with the LA model, you have an instructor working with LAs. These are learning assistants. These are students who have taken the class before and have come back to help. And so the instructor is working with these learning assistants, and they, in turn, are working with small groups of students. So the instructors and the LAs are working with these tables. And this is much more like you think of the NextGenPET curriculum, especially when you think about the lab versions. But I've used LAs both in the lab versions of PET to good success, as well as in the lecture version. And I think they actually might be more valuable using the lecture version because you can still have a room of 75 students engaged in small group activities and really kind of pushing those conversations. So I've done it commonly with 75 students and me and 3 LAs, and that's worked really well. And I've still had a lot of really rich small group conversation in those larger classroom settings. So the LA model, if this sounds of interest to you, I'll tell you a little bit about the background of the LA model. It originated at CU Boulder, but since has grown to be used at a lot of institutions. So this is the map of institutions that are part of the Learning Assistant Alliance. And these are institutions that either have LAs or are interested in starting LA programs and have made accounts. And there's actually more that are not on this map, kind of around the world. But this gives you an idea. There's a lot of institutions, and they together create what we call the Learning Assistant Alliance. And this is this network that can support each other in using learning assistants. And so the Learning Assistant Alliance has created a web page with a bunch of information. You can find it at learningassistantalliance.org. And when you create an account there, it gives you access to a lot of different resources. Whether it's LA Campus, which can help you with hiring, Lasso, which can help you with assessing, and I'll have a whole other share-a-thon on Lasso here in a little bit. There's the resources page, like for running your own LA program. So there's a bunch of good stuff on here. It's all free. The account's free. And if you want to learn even more, I also recommend going to LA workshops. So there's an international conference every year in Boulder, and that's usually in October or November. But there's also regional conferences. So you can see the Spring 2020 regional conferences. It's got Florida Atlantic University, Montgomery College, and Oregon State are all running them. And they'll have more information soon. So if this sounds interesting, you're welcome to reach out to me or check out these awesome resources. Okay, thanks so much.